and welcome. I'm Logan McIntosh, and recently I've went out and gathered 2 stories for you. First, we'll talk to some teachers on what made them want to become teachers, and then we'll talk about Mr. Doug Servey, a history teacher at Oakcrest High School who after 41 years is retiring. What do his colleagues think about his dedication as a teacher, and how long have they been associated with him? Let's find out, and after, we'll talk to the man himself.
The fact that teachers want to teach, it's something that I think you have to be born with. I don't think you can make a great teacher. I think it's something you inherently have to have within you. It's a passion to show other people how to do something, or to share life experiences with them, or to make them better people. That's what it is to be a teacher. You can't learn it out of a textbook. And I think the things that make people want to teach and continue to teach is the product that you get after 4 years of teaching. Like I teach at a high school. I have to wait until people are adults to see if they finally got what I taught them. They'll come back years later and say, hey, I remember that thing you taught me in class, and I was able to use that in my college class. And that, as a teacher, that's the reward you get at the end. You get to see that they go on and they get married, they have kids, and they're successful in their lives. That's what makes me continue to want to teach. I don't know about other teachers if they have the same experiences, but for me, that's what I look forward to all the time. When I come in every day, my day is exciting. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I wouldn't come here for any other reason but that. I graduated from Oakcrest High School. There isn't anywhere else that I want to teach. I had teachers like Mr. Servey who have inspired me to do what I do, and they continue to inspire me. And I strive to be like him, and that's what pushes me to be a better teacher and want to be a teacher for the rest of my life.
I don't know. I kind of always knew. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher, and I'm very passionate about subject matter. I feel passionately about what I teach, and I want to share that.
I actually graduated from Oakcrest High School and had one of the best teachers, Doug Servey. He was my US 2 teacher. I believe our classroom was in 301, and his passion for teaching made me want to teach. So when I went to college, I started thinking that I wanted to help people. And so when I got into teaching, I got into special education. And it took me, I wasn't the traditional college student, so it took me more than 4 years because I worked. And as I was doing that, I had life experience. So life experience and college experience, I graduated with a special ed degree, and I came back to where it all started, Oakcrest High School, and I was hired. And new teachers, it's tough. First year teaching, it's very tough because when you go to college, they teach you the content and the strategies and the things to look for, but unless you practice it and work out all the kinks and become a life learner, then sometimes people aren't successful. I think helping people I wanted to help people that had learning disabilities. I wanted to help students that had dyslexia. I wanted to be able to say, you could do something that everyone else does. And I enjoy teaching. I actually miss it. I didn't think I'd miss it as much, but as time goes by with me being a supervisor, I see that I miss it more, especially if I stand outside Servey's door, I did this morning, and listen to him teach. It reminds me of the passion and energy in the classroom, and the desire to have students learn.
I've been working with Doug Servey for the last 13 years.
I've worked with Mr. Servey since 2006. That was my first year here. So probably for the past 8 years now I've been working with him.
I've known Mr. Servey actually for about 8 years now. I've known him for the entire time that I've been working here at Oakcrest High School. Servey is actually one of the first people that I met here. He was my mentor teacher, so basically his job is to come and help and shape me as a teacher.
Wow. Let's see. I met Servey, let's just say, in the 80s. Okay. I've worked with him for about 12 years. So Servey was my teacher. Servey was my colleague. And now I'm Servey's supervisor. So it's kind of funny. And Servey's son Jason and my son are the same age. So I've seen Servey in the classroom. I've seen Servey in many aspects as a parent. Our sons competed against baseball together. They played baseball together. So it's come full circle.
A few things. I guess one is he's very approachable. and kids have a good rapport with him just because he is willing to go that extra mile to get to know each kid and see what's special about them and allow them all to do well in his class. I think another thing that makes him very good is he's very knowledgeable on his subject. He's constantly learning. He understands that there's new things out there and new information and conferences you should attend and different things to help increase your knowledge so that when you're teaching the students you can have more information, new information, relevant information to help connect with them.
Mr. Servi is a dedicated teacher for a number of reasons. The first being he is passionate about what he teaches and he loves what he teaches. It's his vocation, it's the thing that he strives to impart upon his students every single day. It's a knowledge of the world and the way it works, and his Holocaust and genocide studies, his writing of a book, his involvement with veterans, these are the things that make him a dedicated, passionate teacher and stand out from others as well. His lifelong career in education is just a testament to how much he loves teaching, and that right there is why he's lasted so long in the field of education.
Mr. Servi, the way that he goes out of his way to bring veterans to the school and real people, I just think that's amazing, and that's fantastic. And he's actually created this entire network of contacts, and I don't know how he does it, but he gets these extraordinary people to come and talk, and it's so memorable and amazing. And to me, right there, that is just above and beyond. Geez, hardly what any of us are doing in the building.
Servi has the qualities that you can't fake. In order to become a dedicated teacher and to impact students, you need passion, you need empathy, you need flexibility. There's so many qualities that Servi encompasses that makes him an excellent teacher, and that's why it's a little bit bittersweet. I'm so excited for him to start the next chapter in his life, but it's so sad because I feel that students are going to miss out on all of the things he has to offer. He has passion for his content. You can go to college and you can know your content, but that doesn't mean that you can teach your content. So him teaching history and his passion for it, and I just remember as a student sitting down and I would just listen to him like this, because you could hear his emotions in his voice. So whether he was talking about the Holocaust and you could hear the hurt in his voice and it made you feel the hurt. He would bring in a guest speaker talking about landing on Normandy and the D-Day invasion, and you'd listen to him, and he would get the perspectives from people that were there, and he'd bring in people that were there, and you would just sit there and listen and feel the emotions and actually, not that, I don't want to say you're a part of it, but feel what people felt and really think that happened, because it happened so long ago and we're so disconnected from it. He actually brings that to life and makes us understand the different parts of the world, and not just the world we live in. I know as a student, not just my world as a high school student, that I'm worried about what I'm wearing the next day, is somebody going to ask me to the prom. He would actually, you'd go into his classroom and it would be like, I would understand like what happened, and I would have compassion, and it would make me a better person. And whether he's talking about the Nanking Massacre, whether he's talking about the Tuskegee Airmen, whether he's bringing in, someone that was a Tuskegee Airman, just the appreciation and the bringing history to life. I just hope that tradition continues, and I hope Servi continues to come in these doors. Every morning I come in, he's here. He unlocks the door. He unlocks doors. He makes coffee. Like, people don't, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without him. I joke around because I say he's my work husband and I'm his work wife. And when I'm not here, the first person I go to is Servi, and he's greatly appreciated. So I think I'm gonna miss seeing him every day. So I kind of hope he continues to come in and share his wealth of knowledge and passion with our teachers still, and definitely with our students.
Now that we've talked to some of Mr. Servi's colleagues, let's talk to the man himself and see what's next after 41 years of teaching, why he loves teaching, and if it was everything he hoped it would be.
I went to Pennsylvania Military College, which is now Widener University in Chester, Pennsylvania. become a history teacher. Actually, I went to college to play football, but that wasn't going to happen, so I ended up having to become a teacher then. I have been at Oak for 41 fun-filled years. I'm going to teach 2 classes over at Stockton College in Holocaust Genocide Studies, and I teach a class on Monday nights in Holocaust Genocide Studies at ACC. The students. Really, I'm serious about that. The kids are great here. They really have. They're high school kids. A lot of the people don't realize if you're going to get an education, you're going to deal with teenagers, and teenagers are friggin' nuts. So you have to deal with that, and you have to want to make them want to learn the subject you're teaching. Yes, and more. Much more, actually. This has been the greatest experience of my life. It really has.
Well, Mr. Stovey will surely be missed, not only by his colleagues, but by his school and by his students. Future Falcons will definitely be missing out on a great learning experience. For our next story, we'll talk about the development of photography, not only in Oakcrest, but the outside world. We'll talk to the media and documentary and film teacher, Mr. Jason Thomas, about the development.
The photography program, as I knew it, started back in the 60s. Photography was still kind of booming, and it still had the popularity that it did when it was created long time ago, back in the 1800s. But the photography program here blossomed because there was no multimedia capabilities, there was no video, there was no computers. This was it. So this format was the only way to document and capture what was happening at that time here at Oakcrest High School. So years ago, they had created a dark room, there was a developing lab, there was a classroom for photography, there was a photography club after school. And those are the guys that created all the images that you saw here at the school. They created the yearbook. They worked with the Yearbook Society to put that stuff together. So from that, I think today's photography program here at school, documentary photography class, was born from that. And we're still kind of in our infancy. It's a course I wrote a couple years ago, and it finally happened, and it is growing in popularity because everybody now pretty much has a camera on them all the time with their phone, or people are carrying around DSLRs or point and shoots. So the capability to take pictures is easier and it's cheaper to take them now because you don't have to pay for negatives or developing or anybody else to get in the middle. So the instantaneousness of photography is what has made it so popular today with the advent of Instagram and the ability to upload to Flickr. Facebook has played a crucial role in that by allowing you to store massive amounts of photos online for anybody to see. So I think the popularity is driven by the immediacy of the technology that we use. It's constantly evolving, constantly changing, and we as young people are visual learners, no doubt. And we get everything that we see on a daily basis by an impactful image. It's something that is a moment in time that we're never going to see happen again. So I think with the importance of those aspects, the photography class has grown and will continue to grow because of that. It's visual storytelling in its simplest and purest form. It's one single image that captures a moment in time that we'll never see again. So I think that is what has made the class interesting to most people and popular again. So hopefully it'll continue to grow. We'll see where it goes from there, but it's doing well right now.
Photography is one of the most important things in life. It's about capturing a moment that you'll never see again. It's memory making. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and join us back here next time.
The fact that you get to go home at 2:30 every day and be off all summer. No, I'm just kidding.
That's it? That's it? That's it? That's it? That's it?